A research scientist, engineer, educator, and CEO of a long-running technology company, Dr. Zane Shuck has built a prolific and inspiring career since entering his field in 1958. Throughout his professional life, Dr. Shuck has excelled through a great work ethic, honorable leadership skills, and a consistent yearning for knowledge. When Dr. Shuck graduated from high school, he didn't know what engineering was. He was urged to pursue this field by his parents, both of whom knew it would be a rewarding and fruitful profession. As he delved further into the field, Dr. Shuck became involved in his specific line of work in order to help advance two important state-of-the-art disciplines: human stomach microbe strains and species that cause specific diseases, and inventing better and more efficient oil and gas recovery processes. He wound up earning a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from the West Virginia Institute of Technology in 1958 and subsequently became a sales engineer at West Virginia Armature Co. for a year in 1958. Dr. Shuck then served as the chairman of the Mechanical Engineering Department and an associate professor at his alma mater from 1960 to 1965. In the midst of his position at the college, he was pursuing his own higher education at West Virginia University, from which he earned his Master in Medical Education in 1965. He also received a PhD in Theoretical and Applied Mechanics and Biomechanics from the same institution in 1970. Dr. Shuck served as a supervisory mechanical engineer in the Energy Research and Development Administration at the Morgantown Energy Research Center for the U.S. Department of Energy from 1970 to 1976. There he was in charge of developing extraction technology for the oil and gas industry. That turned out to be a great accomplishment, as there were three huge different branches of science and engineering that he was able to merge together. He recently completed a research project which incorporated a lot of the information that he learned at the Department of Energy that he could apply to the current effort to develop enhanced recovery methodology and technology. He then returned to West Virginia University as an associate director of the Engineering Experiment Station and a professor of mechanical engineering from 1976 to 1980 before accepting the president position at Technology Development Incorporated. Additionally, Dr. Shuck taught at West Virginia University as an adjunct professor from 1980 to 1985, served as a scientific advisor for West Virginia Governor Jay Rockefeller, and was an engineering consultant for FMC Corporation, the United Field Gas Company, the Southern Public Service Company, the Studebaker Corporation, the West Virginia Air Pollution Control Commission, and the METC Department of Energy, among several other companies. His most prominent achievements in his field include being the first to hypothesize the discrete jump nature of fracture growth in such materials as sandstones, limestone, and shales during hydraulic fracturing, and experimentally proving it in the laboratory. He was the first to analyze and predict the three-dimensional stress distribution in the Earth's crust during hydraulic fracturing, and he demonstrated the feasibility of reorienting the Earth's stress field sufficiently to control the orientation of new induced fractures. Dr. Shuck is also known for developing a process for controlling fracture orientations and laser drilling in the Earth's crust, discovering human microbiome roles in symptoms and diseases, including temporary memory loss and other diseases in the neurological and gastrointestinal systems, such as Crohn's, IBS, and inflammatory diseases. Furthermore, his research has resulted in the discovery of criteria for altering in situ stress fields to change propagating fracture orientation, and in the mapping of third sand orientation of natural vertical fracture propagating for the first time in Bradford, Pennsylvania. Dr. Shuck has contributed to the production of 4 technical films for the U.S. Department of Energy, has sat on the editorial board of Situ Journal, was an associate editor for the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, and has contributed to nearly 62 publications. He has 25 patents under his name in 3 or 4 unrelated disciplines. An affiliate of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, Dr. Shuck has also been involved in several organizations outside of his direct field of study. He was founder and chairman of the Appalachian Rivers Conference and Exhibit from 1998 to 2000, and a member of the West Virginia Region 6 Planning and Development Council. He additionally served as a science and technology coordinator for the West Virginia Legislature for 1 year. In 2016, West Virginia University unveiled the Zane Shuck Nanobiotechnology Laboratory, by which he was very touched. He was previously given the Ralph James National Award from the American Society of Mechanical Engineers in 1980, the U.S. Department of Energy Award for most patents awarded in 1 year ever by a federal government employee in 1975, and the Materials Testing Award from the American Society for Testing and Materials in 1970. Throughout his career, Dr. Shuck has prided himself on his abilities as a leader and an honorable and trustworthy person. He currently mentors many students and helps them graduate. He has even volunteered to write a curriculum from 4th grade through a master's program in engineering, which would be a continuous academic curriculum with no gaps in it and no loss of the right prerequisites. He said the road from 4th grade to a master's degree is so segmented and disorganized in today's world of technology, we really need to get organized in education. He leaves behind a legacy of exorbitant contributions to science, wisdom, and leadership.